The next portion of this design will incorporate lot grading into the project. This is achieved by using the modeler's object new command to add the new lot into the model. Next, new elements will be placed into the lot object. These elements will be given a slope offset from an existing site element. That site element is the roadway center line for roadway 1 and will ensure that the building pads get a slope of 0.5% and a 1 foot offset from that center line based on their centroid projection. For ease of viewing, we'll turn off the lot block level, which will allow us to select only the building pads within lot number 1 and apply them to that lot. Now each centroid of each building pad has a given slope offset which is associated to that reference center line element for roadway 1. Should that roadway 1 center line element change, the association will ensure that the building pads always maintain their association and their offset slope and height to that line. Next, we'll come back and turn the lot grading on, and we'll take these new elements into lot number 1 draped on a vertice option. This option is going to ensure that we have grading away from the building pads for each building pad and grading of the lots into the roadway 1. Finally, we'll add the back of the lot lines into lot 1 to ensure that no grading is achieved outside of the right-of-way line. And finally, we'll use the object edit command to add in new elements which are already existing in the roadway object into lot number 1. And these elements will be the roadway right-of-way lines. This will ensure that we've got a shared element in between the lot and the roadway, such that we have positive drainage from all the lots into the roadway. We can verify this using the profile command and strike a profile through the lot into the roadway to the low point, which will be mitigated and then sent into the pond. The same procedure can be followed for the lots in the middle of the subdivision by adding in a new lot called lot number 2, and once again adding elements into this lot. These elements will represent the building pads, and these building pads again will be given a slope offset from the roadway center line. These building pads are at a lower elevation, so we'll slope at a negative 0.5% slope using the centroid option and selecting all of the building pads in one fell swoop to be applied into lot number 2. We'll apply this same grading for the remainder of the building pads using an offset slope of -3% and an offset height of -2 feet, once again from roadway 1 center line into the remaining building pads. Finally, to ensure that we have positive drainage in between each building pad, We'll come back to our lots and drape these using the vertice option directly onto the model. This will ensure that we have drainage away from each building pad and into the appropriate street. The final step, once again, will be to share the elements of the roadway into the lot object, which will be the final assurance that we have positive drainage into the street from the lot objects. So we'll incorporate the right-of-way lines for all roadways into lot number 2. This will give us a nice slope from roadway 1 through the lot lines and into roadway 2. In order to verify this, we'll grab a quick profile and profile through the roadway, showing our building pads. And straight into roadway number 2. We should also have positive drainage away from the building pads, with a swale formed in between each building pad to ensure water flows away from the building pads. Final spot grading can be accomplished, if necessary, using any of the element commands. We can use the point tab to drape points anywhere within the lots. Just simply click the DP button and we can add high points along the back side of the building pads, again only if necessary. We can also use constant elevation, slope from site element, and the same tools to associate points as we did with elements, to ensure again that we have positive drainage away from the building pads and into the streets.